Okay, that's a powerful connector right there. Powerful. What's even more powerful is, hey everyone, it is the first Tuesday of the new year and the first Tuesday of the month. And what that means here on RPG Elite is that we are going to be doing a little bit of RPG Elite philosophy for life. Now, those of you who come to the channel know that the RPG Elite philosophy is a proprietary philosophy and mindset on how to approach tabletop RPGs. And we have already gone through the main meat and potatoes when it comes to tabletop RPGs in general. But now we're taking those same qualities, going over them again, but now we're applying them to life. And today we are on RPG Elite quality number 4. Now I know you're probably wondering, now how in the world is this going to apply to life? Because it would appear that this would be something that is specifically for tabletop RPGs, but oh no, mon frere. You have to think outside of the box. You got to think a little bit deeper, and you're going to unveil, if you do, on the broader spectrum of things, this can really enrich your life if you let it. But first, I am going to say welcome to all you folks who have just arrived, and maybe this is your first video. My name is Servant. This is RPG Elite, the place where I focus on putting the RP back into RPG. That's for tabletop RPG, y'all. Not just RPGs like videos and stuff. Nuh-uh. We talk about video games. We talk about tabletop RPGs, and how I do that is by giving you tools, and I give you tips, I give you tutorials, and I give you some real talk like today on how to make your tabletop RPG experience more immersive and enjoyable. Let's unpack this today. I am very excited for this one. I believe it can really impact your life if you will apply the principles in it today. So, let's get this party started and roll 'em. Normally, when you're talking about role-playing, you're talking about it within the context of a tabletop RPG, and you're talking about it on an external level, like you're doing it externally from here. But in order to apply it to life, it has to be done internally because it directly affects your relationships with others. But you have to do this in a particular way. You have to do it in the heart and in the mind. That's where the role playing goes on. And there are 3 benefits from doing this that can strengthen all of your relationships in your life right now, every one of them. So let me give you the first one right here. Empathy is a powerful thing that you can do in order to strengthen your relationship with anyone, or even to form one with anyone. Now, empathy and sympathy are 2 different things. They're related, but they're not the same. So let me just go ahead and break it down for you real quick in a really simplistic way. Sympathy is feeling pity or compassion for someone. You have sympathy for them. While empathy is a little bit more one-dimensional, and at its root, it's stronger, to be quite honest. Because not only are you maybe feeling pity for them, or just have something to where you guys are kind of like right here with one another, but you're trying to put yourself into their shoes. Another way of saying that is that you are trying to role play them in this situation. You're trying to go, okay, I'm going a little bit just beyond that to see their particular situation and put myself there. You're trying to role play. Okay, that's a powerful connector right there. Powerful. What's even more powerful is if you've already gone through what they're going through. Okay, that just can blow it out of the water. You can have 2 people who've never met one another, but if they have a shared experience like that, boom, the connection just boom, it comes off right there, and it can just blossom from just that experience. I'm going to do some role playing with this person, put myself in their role. Man, you want to talk about strong. Now, you don't necessarily have to have that. You can still try to empathize with people not having that. Now, sometimes it may not be that strong. It may be a tenuous and maybe even just weak connection. Still though, you have a connection. At least you can meet halfway on the bridge and have some sort of communication, but that's only if both people are willing to go that route. Because normally you have only one side who's being empathetic, right? And then one side that's not at all. And people just scream at one another today. You can't even talk to people today, screaming at one another, just absolutely emotionally tore up from the floor up and immature. You can't even speak to these people. And most of the time you can't really empathize with these people because they're just screaming at the top of their lungs, and there's no empathy in that, right? I mean, you could try to find something there, but then you could be in the situation which, and by the way, just because you're trying to empathize with somebody does not mean that you have to agree with them. You can try to empathize and then be like, okay, I feel you and I know where you're coming from, but you're wrong. And here's why. Okay? This can defuse a situation so you guys can actually communicate sometimes. Again, both people have to be willing to do so. If you ain't willing to do so, and there's far too many people today that aren't willing to do that, come straight off the cuff and just start, screaming and acting ridiculous. Well, then at that point, I mean, you can't empathize with people, or it's very hard to at that point. And you can't there's no agreement that you're gonna come to. So you might as well just get that up. You might as well just walk away from that, because it's just some people you can't do that with. But if you can find it, that kind of role playing is extremely powerful. Another benefit of real life role playing is it creates connections between people. Now, of course, this is stronger when you're trying to do it on an empathic level. Again, it's just a really strong way of role playing in real life. But you don't necessarily have to do that. You can connect with people through interest. Maybe you have the same interest as them. Or you can connect with people by simply putting them at the center and being interested in what they're interested in. Instead of you always being at the center, you put them at the center and try to connect with them in their interests and what they're interested in, and asking them questions and all the rest of that. That's another way that you can connect with people and have strong relationships with people. That's how you do it. And you might not know anything about what it is that they're interested in, but that's just a means of connection with those people. Another way to do some real life role playing. Helping others, just helping them in their time of need, or maybe it wasn't a time of need, it was just unexpected. It just was out of the blue. These are moments that you can use real life role playing. It could be the jump off point that you have these relationships and connections with people by helping them. And I'll give you an example of this is here on RPG Elite. I love doing what I do here in RPG Elite. Absolutely love it. I get an opportunity to help people. That tagline, to make your RPG experience more immersive and enjoyable. I'm not just saying that tagline. I am serious about that. That's why I do it. I want you to have a great experience when it comes to playing tabletop RPGs, because this is a different kind of monster here. This storytelling medium is off the chain. And I want you to experience something great every time that you come to the table. And so this is my way of helping you do that. And as a result of this channel, I've formed all kinds of relationships, whether it be through interviews or through our Guilded server, or just going back and forth through emails or whatever. The relationship was formed on the basis of me wanting to help people. That's it. Isn't that what we do in tabletop RPGs? The hero does what? Help. They go and help. They go and help somebody, and they usually have some kind of special ability or something, but they go, and at the end of the day, it's all about helping others. Well, in real life, you can do the same exact thing. And what it will do in terms of your role playing with other people in real life is that you will begin to form strong relationships, they'll be better. The benefits of real life role playing, and maybe it'll inspire you to go out, try to be more empathic, try to be more helpful, or maybe just to try to put somebody else at the center and form a connection through being interested in somebody else. That's how you can do real life role playing. Now, if you got any value out of this video at all, and maybe it'll motivate you to do those things, then if you can do me a solid and just go ahead and crush the like button. Also, if you want to stick around, then you can either go and watch other videos, because I got over 250 of them, folks, somewhere in there. I lost count at this point. You can go and watch those videos, but while you're at it, you can also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I come out with videos every Tuesday and Friday for your enjoyment and for your education. But we've got a question of the vid. It has to do exactly with what we just talked about. As always, I want to know, of the 3 methods or the 3 things that you can do for real life role playing, what are you the strongest at? And what are you the weakest at? Let me know. Let's get some engagement going. And let me know, please, because I do read the comments. I may not respond to all of them, but I do read them, because then I will go ahead and make a script up, or notes or whatever off the top of the mind, at least, when I'm looking at your comments for the next video in this series. We're going to spend a little bit of time on this. We're going to spend at least 3 videos. So this is part 1. We got part 2 coming up next month, and we got another part 3 after that, God willing. All right, that'll do it for me, folks. I got to get out of here, so you know what that means. Gotta do my snaggle post.
So exit, stage left.
Hey, if you've got a game coming up this week, happy gaming, y'all. I pray it is an RPG Elite session. And until next time, God willing, you know what's up. It's time for me to say peace. 5,000 elites. Yep. I'm outie.